What is going on, everybody? So welcome to another Phillies live play-by-play. This time they're hosting a homestand against the Reds, going for Game 1 with Syndergaard on the bump, taking on Luis Cessa. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, definitely smash the like button, hit that subscribe button. You guys are new, definitely shout out the content, and here we go. So let's get to some comments. What's good, Adrian? What's good, Star Wars 99? What's good, Butterfly? What up, Liam? What up? What up? What up? All right, so for the start lineup for the Cincinnati Reds, you got Jake Fraley leading off, Jonathan India batting second, Kyle Farmer third, Mike Moustakas fourth, Donovan Solano fifth, Nick Senzel fifth, or sixth, I should say. You got Friedel hitting seventh, Barrero hitting eighth, and Austin and Romine hitting ninth. No, it was earlier. They pushed it back to an 8 o'clock first pitch. Shout out to the three, though, coming in, though. Greatly appreciate it. Guys are new. Greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the four. So now we got Noah Syndergaard on the bump for the Phils. Making his 19th start of the year, a 7-8 record with 98 innings pitched, an ERA at 3.95, 76 strikeouts to 24 walks so far on the 2022 season. And the last time Syndergaard pitched against the Reds, he actually really threw really well. And obviously the Phillies did win that game as well behind Syndergaard. All right. And you got Luis Cessa on the bump for the Reds. Obviously, Joey Votto is now on the not in the lineup because he is on the injured list. I don't know the specific injury, but yeah. It just seems like all the East Coast is on the rain delay. This is what we get when we live on the East Coast. But from left to right, you have Maton, Zimmer, and Castellanos from left to right. From third to first, you got Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, Gian Segura, and Rhys Hoskins at first. And then you got JT Realmuto behind the plate with Syndergaard on the bump. And the first pitch, and that's chopped to the ground at first, and it's an easy play for Hoskins for out number one. So that's one way to get the first out. One pitch, one out off the bat of Jake Fraley. And we got Jonathan India, who, like they said, has not kind of with the production he had last year. Because the dude's rookie season was impressive. Because this kid, I liked what this kid brought at college, especially as a Florida Gator. Also another alma mater of in the in-division rival with Pete Alonso. Another guy really knew how to match the baseball at Florida. And the first pitch to India, that's in there at 94 for strike one. No balls in a strike to Jonathan India. Absolutely. And, and Phillies fans should be rejoicing that the Mets are losing to the Yankees. And the 0-1 pitch that misses a bit high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kind of got India to flinch a little bit. So counts now even a ball and a strike to Jonathan India. They got Kyle Farmer waiting on deck for the Reds. And the 1-1 pitch that misses high. 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to Jonathan India. And then you got Marlins playing Oakland this year? Well, that's crazy. And the 2-1 pitch. That's in there, called strike 2 on a high sinker that clips the outside corner. Shout out to the 6 that's coming in, though. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in as well. And the 2-2 pitch. That's chopped foul. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jonathan India. Here in the top of the first. Absolutely. Let's get a dub here because we got to get back on our winning ways. Yes, I know, and there's going to be a lot of those, other baseball fans say, "Oh, it's the Reds." Man, some baseball fans gotta be fucking humble sometimes. I find it really ridiculous. And the 2-2 pitch once more that misses outside. 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Jonathan India. And you got Kyle Farmer now waiting on deck. And the 3-2 pitch. That's popped up off the hands, and that is out of play. So for those, the over/under end-game money line, so over 8.5 runs is -115. Under 8.5 is 105. But obviously, the odds are powered by a sports bet. For those who are betting on the game. And the 3-2 pitch, and that's pot foul at 90, a high sinker at 94. So it's most likely Schwarber's going to be pretty much the DH until his calf gets better. The shout out to the 3 though. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's off the hands into center field. And Zimmer would make the easy catch for out number 2. 2 away here for the Phillies defense. And we got Kyle Farmer, the number 3 hitter, now coming up with 2 away here in the top of the first for the Cincinnati Reds. And for those who don't know, the Cincinnati Reds is one of the very first MLB franchises in the history of the Major League Baseball back in the 1870s. So that's a little his MLB history lesson for you. And the first pitch, the Farmer, that's there at the knees. So apparently not a strike. So 1 ball, no strikes, apparently, according to the home plate umpire. And the 1-0 pitch. That's chopped foul to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. So as the Central standings go, you have St. Louis leading the NL Central by 5 games over the Brewers, 17 over the Cubs, 20.5 over the Reds, and 22.5 over the Pittsburgh Pirates. And the 1-1 pitch. That shot foul off the foot, and that's got to hurt like hell. But yeah, maybe a bad call, but it's still, I don't think that's going to really bite them in the ass, but still. Let's just see. Oh, right on the top of the shin. Trust me, I know what that's like, hitting a foul ball off yourself, because the shins are probably the hardest part. It hurts like a bitch when you foul the ball off. So that's the reason why you wear a shin guard most of the time. And the 1-2 pitch. That is a foul ball. Mostly Syndergaard got away with a hanging curveball here. Farmer 2 for 3 with a double against Syndergaard. Yeah, and that's true. Kyle Farmer actually hit the ball pretty well in Cincinnati. And the 1-2 pitch. That's off the hand. Still a foul ball. Like the location. Hey, what's good? What is good? What's good, Eagles fan? And that's another thing too. With college football being around the right now, right around the corner with NFL football, NBA basketball, college basketball. I got you guys covered on everything when it comes to that. When it comes to college football, it's going to be a Clemson most of the time. That misses outside. 2-2. Shout out to the 5, though, that's coming in, though. Greatly appreciate it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down goes Farmer. 1, 2, 3, go the Reds. I mean, yeah, it's fun to see the Eagles win. I mean, hell, you've seen freaking Devin Allen going off for a 55-yard catch for a touch. But you got to think too, the Browns are not going to be that great. Let's keep it real here. Let's keep it real here then. But I'm looking forward to see what this year's Clemson Tigers going to look like, since because the thing about the Clemson is, it's like, I like what Dabo Swinney brings to what this. No, It just seems like every year, like because even though I don't remember like the older years of Clemson, but definitely like when Deshaun Watson was there, that entire team was fucking fun to watch. As soon as he left, there was another guy by the name of Trevor Lawrence comes in, and he does successfully well. I don't know who the other quarterback was that came in after him, because those two guys pretty much somewhat defined Clemson football. But I just feel like, okay, I respect to that. Absolutely, a huge respect. Interesting. I will say too, Ohio State has produced some really good players over the years. I mean, you got, another guy. I feel like that's I know that this may sound like a stretch, but I think it's still. I feel like it's still too soon. I think there's going to be one. I think Chase Young is definitely a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. I'm putting that on record that Chase Young will be a Defensive Player of the Year kind of type of player. Even though you have other players better than Young, but I still think he's not if one of the top 10 or maybe top 15 top or defensive ends. Because I mean, you got to think too. It's just like. And now the thing about it is, as much as I used to watch, well, I haven't watched really. It's been a fucking hot minute with collegiate sports, because it's like college basketball in the winter, you have football in the fall, that kind of thing. But for the Phillies starting lineup, you got Kyle Schwarber, the designated hitter, Reese Hoskins first base hitting second, Alec Boehm hitting third, JT Realmuto fourth, Nick Castellanos fifth, Bryson Stott sixth, Gene Segura seventh, Nick Maton batting eighth, and Bradley Zimmer hitting to the ninth spot. Not if James Franklin has to say anything about it, because I just did not like. I don't like James Franklin as a Pence. But that pitch misses up high for ball one to Kyle Schwarber. So Luis Cessa making his first start of the year. And that swung on a miss. So it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kyle Schwarber. I like what CJ. I've been hearing a lot of good. Well, I won't say I've been hearing, but I think my buddy ECG was. And that's strike 3. That's really outside the zone. Can have not having back calls there. Now we got Reese Hoskins now coming up after, let's be real, that strike 3 call. And that misses down low for ball 1. So, man. So, tell me about it. And the 1-0 pitch, that's chopped foul at 92 for a strike to even count 1 ball, 1 strike. All the time to make adjustments. I think Scherters are through 6 sliders. And the 1-1 pitch that misses high for ball 2-1 on Hoskins. So Scherzer just threw it. He didn't make any adjustments. No, but that's what I mean, though. Everyone says, well, you can't keep going to that pitch. You have to throw something. No, you don't. If it's working, if you can't hit it, you can't hit it. And that's chopped on the ground to third. Farmer has it easy. And looks like Moustakis will make the tag on Hoskins for out number 2. Yeah, so Frito in left, Senzel in center, Jake Fraley in left and right. From third to first for the Reds, you have Farmer, Barrero, India, and Moustakis, because obviously Moustakis is taking over at first base. Penn State is a below average football. But the fact that I did make a video about this earlier on the channel, kind of breaking the news. It's just like Penn State they're not, bleh. It's just not my team. But the first pitch misses high for ball one to Alec Boehm, who, let's be real, had a fucking day for himself yesterday for the Mets, or for the Phillies against the Mets, I should say. And the 1-0 pitch swings and misses, even to count 1 ball, 1 strike. I don't know. It just seems like Cessa just has not, shall I say, been the same kind of pitcher he was, I think, during his time with. Yeah, they were just talking. My buddy Max Coverage TV is doing that game as well. And trust me, I'm constantly looking at the score updates, and that's in there. Strike to it. Yes. I mean, Penn State not going to do anything because he's under contract for the next 10 years. God, that was such a bad mistake. And the 1-2 pitch, and that's shot foul. I mean, shit. I mean, it's just like James Franklin just never got that team. Shit, has not done well. I mean, they only had what? I know probably older Penn State fans are going to say there's probably better players that came out of that school. For me, in most recent memory, I still feel like that's. And Boehm's going to dump down into the right center for a base hit. So that's going to be the first hit for the Phils. Exactly. And that's another thing, too. They just give the man the AL MVP. Like, come on now. Yeah. But the thing, I'm all Clemson, baby. I've experienced the Clemson South Carolina rivalry early in my life. So I've gotten a lot of exposure for Clemson. And yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, yeah, the Mets are going to be the better team in the NL East, but I will say too, their fan base, a good portion of them need to be humble, because I still think that's where they need to. Texas is going to be really fun to watch in the next few years. I mean, really, like I said, I didn't get started because I've been around Clemson for years, but I didn't really get fully invested until. What about 2016, 2017? Oh, shit. That's Rutgers actually has been. Oh, jeez. And that's fouled. 1 ball, 1 strike. But Rutgers is an interesting thing because from where I'm from, we have 3 different campuses. We have one in Camden, one in. Jesus Christ. So there's 3. I think there's 2 or 3. I might be wrong. I know there's New Brunswick. Okay, yeah, it's 3. There's Camden. Piscataway and New Brunswick. That's right. And that's fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes on JT. But yeah, Clemson. Quinn Ewers. Yeah. But also the thing too, they also got Arch Manning too coming in as well at the same time when all that's going to be said and done. Which is going to be very interesting. And the 1-2 pitch. And that's off the end of the bat to right center. And that's going to be a fly up to center for out number 3. So, fortunately, the Phillies leave 1 man on. So, pretty much going to the bottom of the second, or actually, top second, I should say, after having 1 man on and leaving him at first. I forgot. I didn't even realize it. Actually, I got to talk to my buddy Coach Dante, because Coach Dante knows all things Texas Longhorns college football. Because I forgot. I didn't know he was there. And which is crazy looking, and it's like, actually, while we have a chance, as being a Clemson guy, I did look at their schedule. I did look at Clemson's schedule going into the new year. It's surprising that the actual. Hang on. We don't even play. Do we? No. We don't even play Ohio State. Not anymore, anyways. Rain delay for the Rangers. Damn. So about top second we go. So you got Moustakas, Solano, and Senzel, the scheduled hitters for the Reds. So from my Clemson Tigers, we got to play Georgia Tech. We got to play Furman, Louisiana Tech, Wake Forest, NC State, Boston College, Florida State, Syracuse, Notre Dame, Louisville, Miami. and South Carolina. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it though. Like I said, I'm going to be start calling a lot more Eagles games depending on how my work schedule goes. No, we started at eight about 20 minutes ago. Absolutely. Yeah, we did start 8 o'clock first pitch. It was a rain delay earlier because it originally was scheduled slated for 7:05 first pitch, but they pushed it back to 8 o'clock. Because God forbid with the East Coast weather, it's ridiculous. Shout out to everybody coming in though. Top of the second, the rain has finally stopped altogether. Hopefully that stays that way. Because I remember that one Phillies game, I was there for over 4.5 hours because of. Hey, I could. We'll see because that's just great. And the first pitch to Moustakas. And Castellanos is going to just let it play on a bounce for. That's going to be the first hit for the Reds. So first pitch swinger from Mike Moustakas. And that's another thing too, where even though I don't watch Ohio State games, I want to see Ohio State quarterbacks do well based on the fact that I've always been here. There was a myth that sometimes Ohio State quarterbacks don't do well for some reason when they transition to the NFL because we've seen it. Well, but I'm really hoping someone like C.J. Stroud would debunk that basically because I think any quarterback can. Well, I know it's going to take some time, but it is what it is. And the first pitch to Solano misses high for ball one. I don't even know who that is. I'm going to keep it real with you because I'm still on the 1-0 pitch. And that's hit to center. And Zimmer with a nice jump makes the catch for out number one. And is going to put Moustakas back at first. Oh, really? Jesus. See, and that's what I'm saying. After Deshaun Watson left, after Lawrence left, that's always been somewhat of an issue. Doesn't sound. I've seen. I'm going to have to talk to ECG about him. And kind of get his. It's just. That should. Damn, that's crazy. Then the 0-1 pitch. That's popped to right. Castellanos coming on. They can't make the play, and that's going to be a foul ball. So no balls and 2 strikes on Nick Senzel.
Let's hope after this half inning's over, he runs some more. Something to gap him. Or even out of the ballpark, he can casually trot.
And the 0-2 pitch. That missed a bit outside for ball one. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Nick Senzel. And the 1-2 pitch. Syndergaard would make the play on his own for out number 2. So, however, Moustakas goes to second, but that's going to have 2 outs here in the top half of the. Here in the top half of the second.
I wondered if he was going to plan and look at second because Moustakas he's not running all that well. He had no design to look at second. He had none. That would have been a tougher play. Yeah, it would have been a tougher play.
Yeah. I mean, shit.
You saw it yesterday with Reese on the kickoff, and he slipped in the wet grass. You know, that's.
Man, trust me, the grass is what. And the first pitch misses low for ball one to TJ Friedel.
3 for 5 last week against the Phillies with the run. Is he still looking up the thing? The 3. Carl is still researching. Apparently, he has sent me the information on that.
And the 1-0 pitch.
Never been a major league game where one player on each team.
So it counts out 2-0. Should have been 1-1 because that's right there on the inside corner of the strike zone. I guess according to the home plate umpire Dan Iasone, that seems differently.
Yesterday, or did you just research that?
And the 2-0 pitch. That's in there called strike one. So, because I mean, we have like 2 other quarterbacks. We got like, because I know we got Kay Klubenik. Jesus Christ.
We did get that one yesterday. I saw that after the game. Why are you guys talking about people we don't know? Ruben and Ben.
And I think we also got Hunter Johnson too. To those are the other 2 quarterbacks we have. The Clemson Tigers have. Yeah, I think. Yeah, because I think ever since Lincoln Riley, because Lincoln Riley left to go to USC, I think also, God, I can't remember his name. It's really driving. It's the 3-1 pitch misses high for ball 4. So Friedel draws a walk, and you got the shortstop Barrero now coming up with 2 outs here with runners on first and second.
Sang is John DeSangro. Right. Cowboy is Nick Marquette. Right, he's our director. John DeSangro is in the Ring of Honor at Temple University. His name, if you go to Temple All Games, is up on the wall.
And now we got Barrero. Yeah, I that was one of the biggest headlines in college football that Spencer Rattler was going to be transferring from Oklahoma. Well, unlike just like the like how Lincoln Riley decides to goes in, goes in the head coaching position at USC. Counts no balls in the strike to Barrero. And that misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch. That misses outside. 2-1.
You got to start getting ahead of these hitters. I don't care what the record is. You keep falling behind, they're going to.
And the 2-1 pitch. That's clips the outside corner, strike 2.
Somebody said no. Tall is this guy? A big old shortstop. 6'2". Oh, it ain't that big as that guy from the Pirates. No. O'Neal Cruz. We'll see him this weekend. 2-2.
And the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right, left center. Zimmer will come in on. And we'll make the catch for out number 3. So that's your walking one and give it up as a score predictions. If it's going to be like a pitcher's duel, well, I think it's more going to be a bullpen game. I think the Phillies should at least put up between 5 and 6 runs on a team like the Reds, probably even more. But the way that the Reds have been, I mean, the only way I can think the average. And trust me, I think my very first Phillies game, if I can remember, I remember the days of fucking Veteran Stadium back in the day. I remember going to my very first Phillies game at Veteran Stadium, but I think I've been to my very first postseason game back in 2009. And that Citizen Bank Park was rocking back in 2009 during the postseason. Probably one of the greatest experiences I've ever got a chance to go see live, because that was my very first playoff game for the Phillies back in 2009, when we still had players like Howard, I almost said Rutley. Howard, Utley, Rollins, Juge, Worth. I think Pat Burrell was still there. Victorino. I think we still had Hamels, Blanton, and many others. I'm really drawing off the top of my head, but yeah. But yeah, Thor got out of the jam. Now we're going to the bottom of the second. Still scores at 0-0.
For the ballgame, outfielder Kyle Schwarber, the son of a decorated police chief and part of a family with a long history of first responders, including his mom, who was a nurse. He personally thanked more than 250 local fire.
Shout out to the hate, though, coming in, though. I really appreciate everybody coming in.
They played wiffle ball, cornhole, they climbed some rocks, did a lot of other things. Also taking part in military families from local nonprofit organizations, including TAPS, Team Foster, and Weekly Fight. The event is part of Kyle's Neighborhood Heroes.
Now we got Nick Castellanos, Stott, and Segura. And the first pitch misses low for ball one. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Castellanos. And surprisingly, and I give a lot of shit, the fact that he has an 11 game hitting streak going is impressive. And the 1-0 pitch, that misses a bit outside for ball 2, 2-0 on Castellanos. And the 2-0 pitch, and Castellanos to deep center, out of here! Castellanos gets the Phillies on the board. Wow. Jesus. 436 to dead center. Boy, man. Well, I hope Kevin Long told him to stand closer to the plate. Apparently. Yeah, that's something that we fucking miss out of Castellanos, despite that 11-game hitting streak. Now it's up to 12. Yeah, fastball up in the zone, and he did not miss it. So now we got Bryson Stott, and that first pitch misses low for ball 1. Another kid, a guy who I think this kid's got a bright future. Since even though it was a rough, bumpy start to his major. They're going back to back. Second deck shot. Bryson Stott. Oh my God. Damn. 399, 101.6 miles is the exit velo coming off the bat. Good Lord. Now we got Gene Segura. Got just easy swing from Bryson Stott. Yeah, back to back. Yeah, I mean, the Phillies got potential to do it. And the first pitch to Segura, that's in there for strike 1. So the Phillies, that's the 7th time. And the 1-0 pitch off that's a broken bat. That's going to be a 1-3 put out for out number 1.
With those 2 runs, you can text home run to
which is crazy. I've never been to an Eagles game. That's the only one I have not been to. Week 4 against Giants. I want to try to go at some point. That's kind of what my goal is try to go to an Eagles game because I need to complete. I got Nick Maton now coming up. And the first pitch to Maton misses down low for ball 1.
Maton, 346 with the Phillies. He was 2 for 7 in the Mets series.
And the 1-0 pitch. And how do you call that a strike?
This is something like, what do you do as a hitter? You move closer to the
shit. I mean, I've been to one Flyers game, many Phillies games, both combined. That's in there, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I've been to one Flyers game, I think 3 Sixers games, and many Phillies games combined between the Veterans Stadium and Citizens Bank Park. And the 1-2 pitch, that's in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
There's 1.
You only allowed how many? 5?
Yeah, 5 challenges. 5 challenge check swings, man. Done.
Counts out even a 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here, bottom second. Phillies go back to back off the bats of Nick Castellanos and Bryson Stott, and the 2-2 pitch misses low. 3-2. Trust me. I've been getting on the. I've been shit talking the Flyers for what, the last year and a half, almost. I think most shit. Neither am I. The only thing I'm more looking forward to is spring football, and that's Mrs. Outside ball 4. So that's gonna be a 1-out walk to Nick Maton. But I mean, I enjoyed you at the USFL this past spring with the Philadelphia Stars. I mean, that was pretty fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, calling those games. I've been getting, finally Castellanos. Even though I do, what's good, Further AM? What's good, got my buddy? What's good? Shout out to everybody coming in as well. For those who see the scoreboard, Phillies up 2-0 off the bat. Like I said, off the bat, and Nick Castellanos and Bryson Stott go back to back. Now we got Bradley Zimmer in the first pitch, and that's fouled off at 95 for strike 1. So no balls and a strike to Bradley Zimmer. Hey, I mean, since the Mets series is on, I'll be happy. Absolutely no. It's, even though it's crucial, but it's also important to try to get this month going. Absolutely, go Phils. Actually, you got to jump on this guy early, and that's what I think the Phillies bottom of the most of the heart of the order pretty much did, was get to the heart of the order, and really did some damage. Now I would say add more on. No, I think the season series might be done with the Mets. And that skipped in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike, I think. I think that's what the broadcast said. I think that's the last time we played the Mets in the regular season. Well, we'll see. And like I said, I mean, I know not all Mets fans are bad, but man, the portion of them need to stay humble, because good Lord, like, you want to rub in your faces. Look, you're more than welcome to do that since you do own us, but got to be humble about it. But another, the 1-1 pitch is fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But other than that, speaking about the Mets, they're right down. You know what? That makes perfect sense. For me, I've never been a big hockey guy in the first place, because hockey has really not been. Jesus Christ. I feel like it has lost its luster over the years. And it just has not been really fun. Now, I will say, too, is it's just like. And Zimmer fouls that back. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. But, yeah.
I thought they
I mean, the only time I ever get into something that's not Phillies, Eagles, Sixers, or 2 3-run shots, and the Phillies fucking fuck that up against the Mets. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Chuck Fletcher. And I've been criticized. I mean, Key in the building, who's another Philly sports content creator. We've always been criticizing the front office and swinging a miss strike 3. That's a good pitch. That's the second strikeout for Sessa, but and then we got a tour at the top of the order. But other than that, it just has not. For me, I just feel like the Flyers are still stuck with the fact that they could still be like the Broad Street Blues were in the 70s. Now, I can't say it because I was born in the late 90s, so that was during my grandparents in my era. Because my mom wasn't around. Well, she was in the late 70s, but like 1978. But when the big Broad Street Blues were around, that was during my grandparents during their high school days. And the first pitch to Schwarber misses high, 1 ball, no strikes. Because like I said, I've always criticized Chuck Fletcher. I mean, even since we brought him in, I couldn't say anything because let's be real, I don't have that much hockey knowledge in this. But I mean, the only time, anything that's outside, that should tell. That's embarrassing. Even though, and I will say this too. I've said this once before that Chuck Fletcher is now public enemy number 1 in the city of Philadelphia. Because that was always been Howie's biggest disappointment. It's always been the public enemy number 1. I think he definitely put that on another, and that's fouled back. Yeah, I mean, Souza has done well, even though he's still I think he's still a plus defender. That's and Mondo Souza has always been. But I still feel like even though we had to give up Jojo Romero, it sucks. But I mean, looking at Jojo does have somewhat of an injury history, so it makes sense. And Sosa, I mean, has come through big time when he really needed it. Yeah. Yeah, it's more than just, it's, as my buddy Tyler would put it, it's like a dumpster. It's like 2 dumpsters. You stick it in the dumpster fire and just and put a nuclear bomb inside it. That's pretty much what the Flyers are. But other than that, like I said, I mean, I'm looking forward to what, I mean, and it's crazy as it sounds. I'm becoming a huge Union fan. I've been almost heavily interested in Major League Soccer. And Schwarber to right. That's going to be a long foul ball. Fuck. Come on. You got to straighten that out. Ooh, that's a long foul ball. So that counts 2 balls and 2 strikes. Just been out in front and just hooks it. And yeah, Schwarber knew it too. It's just like, fuck. He just had that disappointment. Was like, you're a 3-2 pitch. Oh, how do you call it? That's 3rd strikeout. Apparently, what are these strikes are nowhere near the zone. Jesus Christ. But however, the bottom second does come to a close with the Phillies now going up 2-0 after, let's be real, some abysmal strike calling by Dan Idasonia. And this is where I think, and this is where I will say this too. I still feel like with umpires like, I mean, Dan Idasonia, I know has missed his share of calls in some of the games that I've seen him. He has umpired, I mean, not as much as Angel Hernandez. That's not, and I feel like this is one of the reasons why I feel like robot umpires are going to be coming in. No, I know a lot of people might not seem. I mean, I know it could be split the way how you think about it, but if you really look realistically, it's just like, I have, but the better version is the remix, in my honest opinion. Which one's the worst? Drafted in 20. Ooh, well, that depends. So at the time, I would have to go with the Sixers first, because this is how I will rank basically what you're saying. I'll see the Sixers. Sixers did it first, overpaying for Tobias Harris, because I blame that on Elton Brand. Before and still, Colangelo being the dumbass that he was, all the shit that came out with him, but it shows that's here nor there. But I think the Sixers was number one. You had Roseman number two, which was in drafting in 2020. You should have got Justin Jefferson, and the fact you had other teams laughing at us, since then. Well, during that time, I should say. But overall, I mean, Howie has redeemed himself since then. So, I mean, right now at the time, yes, that's number two. Number three is definitely the Flyers for sure, because those are the three worst moments. And right now, current and the most recent memory. But yes, I'll be live again tomorrow, 7 to 5, first pitch. And actually, you know what? And that's another thing too. For those who are just kind of new coming in, I cover pretty much everything other than just Philly sports. You know, I've been doing a lot. I've done, like I said, done the USFL. I've done a good chunk of Stars games. I've done a lot of the WNBA. I know a lot of people had their fair share of criticisms, all that shit, but it was fun to do. But yeah, and the 1-0 pitch, that's fouled back, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike, and that's going to be out of play, out of the reach of Hoskins, out of play. So, but yeah, and I've been doing a lot of gaming streams too, so I've been pretty much giving you guys different stuff too. You know, in a couple shows too. I'll have a couple shows every now and again. Let's see. So what do I even have scheduled for the 26th? That's probably that's the Yankees and Athletics. Chopped on the ground to short. Stott has it. Sets his feet. Easy throw to first for out number 1. 1 away here for the Phillies defense. Now I will say too, so we're getting bullpen action. So we got Kunel warming up in the pen for the Reds. 26. Okay. So I mean, I had the Phillies stop my show at 4. Shout out to the 11 though. Appreciate everybody coming in. I greatly appreciate that. And that's it to the first. And Hoskins will take to the bag himself. 3 unassisted on the putout. 2 away here in the top of the third. And we got Jonathan India now coming up with 2 outs here. I appreciate it, Liam. Really do. Yeah, so far so good. And the first pitch to misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes to Jonathan India. Shout out to the 10 though. Really appreciate it. And the 1-0 pitch. That misses outside 2. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. Can we just catch a break from this damn these showers? And that misses outside 3-0. Boy. Well, give it a break. Shout out to the 11 that's coming into the stream now. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in as well. And the 3-0 pitch. This is high, ball 4, and that's going to be a 2-out walk to Jonathan India to get face Kyle Farmer.
Farmer went down on strikes in his first plate appearance. Reds got Farmer from the Dodgers. He was drafted in the 8th round out of Georgia by the Dodgers in 2013. He debuted with the Dodgers in 2017, played in 18 as well.
All right, so I got 2 outs here. Runner first.
He was traded to the Reds in the Homer Valley Jeter Downs and Josiah Gray deal. Downs wound up going to the Red Sox, and Gray wound up going to the Nationals.
And the first pitch to Farmer misses inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Here in the top of the third with still a 2-0 lead.
Did he throw a couple no-hitters?
No, he had the one. Did he have 2?
I don't know. I thought he had 2. It's weird. Like,
Yeah. Tell me about it. This is what we living on the East Coast. This is apparently what we get during the fucking summertime. Apparently, and we can't even catch a break.
Second one was against the Giants.
So right now, I'm just trying to see what other games I could do because obviously the 26th, I'll be live for an out of market game between the Yankees and the Athletics, which I've been doing a lot as of recent. When the Phillies are not playing, and that's chopped on the ground to short and underhand flip it to Segura to second base for the easy out. So 6-4 on the put out. To the bottom third we go with the Phillies holding a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the third. But right now, because like I said, the 26th, I would do that against the Pirates, but I'm definitely doing. I have no idea. Because remember, the last time I did a game for the Phillies, it was like the rain delay pretty much cut the game short about 5 innings, through about 5 innings. And I was on that stream for about 4.5 hours, just kind of shooting the shit a little bit for a good chunk of the time towards the end. So, because 28th, don't want to do that. Well, I gotta see more. I should check my calendar because I need to see. Yeah, boy. Yeah. And the fact that, with the Sixers not coming back up, I'm going to start enjoying that calling games. That is true. That is very true. But just, yeah.
A little bit again here at Citizens Bank Park as we move to the bottom of the third.
So 2 runs on 3 hits for the Phils, with no runs on a hit for the Reds. And then good news for the Phils that as they said, Bryce Harper is going to be starting his rehab assignment tomorrow for the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, and I'm really excited.
Not much the Reds can do at this point with all the trades they've made. They knew they were basically using a bullpen game tonight.
So now I got Hoskins, Bohm, and Real Muto, the schedule hitters. And the first pitch misses high. 1 ball, no strikes.
Donald debuted with the Reds in 2019.
And that's swung and missed strike. One ball, 1 strike on Rhys Hoskins.
All right, Reese, get that top hand out of the swing.
And that's in there, strike 2. Also, I would just take it. It would have taken a hack on a hanging breaking ball like that.
Basically the same amount of times he throws a sinker.
Well, right now we got to pat the lead in the wild card, and that's strike 3. Damn it, Hoskins! Just leave everything above your hand. Leave it go. If it's above your hands, let it go. It's not that hard. Now we got Alec Bohm. Now he is 1 for 1 as well tonight with a single. They got JT now waiting on deck after Alec Bohm.
Bohm singled his first time up.
And the first pitch to Bohm. That's chopped on the ground to short. India has it. So that's Barrero will throw over to first for out number 2. Damn. I mean, I like the aggressiveness, but just kind of drive it. And the Phillies start. Jesus Christ! At this point, just sweep the goddamn Nationals, because man, that's just embarrassing of as a franchise you can get. Like, you trade away Juan Soto, you get rid of Trey Turner. I mean, it's shit. I mean, you got rid of Harper, Turner, Scherzer, Randone. Now Juan Soto. You had 5 players in the last 4 years. And after winning the World Series in 2019, and he can't even do shit ever since then.
It's not red. It has red in it, but it's not.
Well, let's see. And the first pitch to JT's in there at 97 for strike 1.
I don't think you do. In fact, if you want to wear the red.
And he is 0 for 1 with the lineup back in the first. So, let's see. Well, the Dodgers played the Brewers, and that's swung and missed for strike 2. So, okay, so looks like the Padres are off. But, Chicago, man, I mean, right now, I guess. So, return. And the 0-2 pitch. Like I mean, right now, I already had something scheduled ahead of time. Like I said, I had my show at 4. I have my Phillies Talk podcast at 4. I have to get. And I forgot about, Josh Bell, yes. But still, for a team like the Nationals who completely blew it up after 2019, it's just that misses a bit high for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on JT.
Instagram Live or some kind of Facebook Live thing. I mean, you've handled Zoom without a problem.
And the 1-2 pitch. And that's slided to the center for a base hit for JT to keep this bottom of the third. Still keep it going. Got to pass the sticks. Now we got Nick Castellanos. Last time up went yard. His first time up.
All-state mayhem moments.
You hang it, and we will bang it.
That is true, Crook. That is true. Absolutely true.
Bryson's hit over 300, by the way, in the last 33 games.
That missed the side. 1 ball, no strikes.
And look, he knows now with Didi, being designated for assignment, that he's going to play shortstop every day. You don't know what that's like to a young player.
Whoever goes from first.
And that's fouled back.
JT got a really good job.
He was going in head first, too, and then had to pull up.
And he got Bryson Stott now on deck. He also went homer his first time up. Yeah. If I did the Pirate, because I wanted to cut the Phillies game short and do the Yankees game at 9:40. Because they're playing the A's. And this 1-1 pitch, that's high for ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike to Nick Castellanos. So the month of August for Castellanos, he's hitting .310, 3 doubles, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, unfortunately 17 strikeouts. Good Lord. And the 2-1 pitch. Come on, man. You got to take a hack at that. Bruh. Counts not even 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And that's going to be another base hit for Castellanos. That's going to move the JT to the third. And JT going to the third. And he might come around to score. And that's going to be an RBI double for Nick Castellanos. Well, I'm going to definitely do the Yankees game. I mean, I love the Phillies. There are times I do feel like I'm on sometimes a bad luck. And every time, well, I'm not going to say anything because right now, as the Phillies right now are holding it now up to a 3-run lead over. That's just a good piece of hitting for from Nick Castellanos. Good lord.
Seeing that throw will go over India's head and go over Barrera's head.
Yep. And the first pitch to stop misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Let's see. That's just a good piece in by Castellanos. So Castellanos already has 2 RBIs tonight. And that's in there on the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's going to go locate a fastball. Yep. And that's outside 2-1.
Made a bad decision.
Like I said, Duffy had to play outfield there and read that ball off the hand, not the bat. But he read that great. Once he knew it was going over Barrera's head, he just said, "The heck, Barrera's head." He said, "The heck with it."
And that's going to be a lineup for out number 3. However, the Phillies add another run on to the bottom of the 3rd. So, just a good piece of hitting by the Phils. I mean, yes, JT got it started after Hoskins strikes out swinging, Bone grounds out to short, and then you had JT, keep the inning alive with a leadoff single and goes for. Yeah, it's battle of the Keystone State. But yeah. So, as my current schedule, I'm off the 26. Yeah, look, they're just putting the bat on the ball and just really just being smart, being plain smart. I think that's something that's, and stuff like that. Because right now, the 29th, let me check see if I can do the Phillies game the 29th. And I probably don't have nothing. Right. That's right. The 29th, I got the Padres game. Fuck. Actually, do the Phillies play early? Fuck, they got to play the Diamondbacks. God, Diamondbacks. Damn it. Nah. Well, let's see. I gotta check something out because with the Eagles start coming up and starting to play because the regular season, in fact, the regular season is right around the corner. We'll see. Because I think the Phillies content might be slowly be put on the back burner. So now right now they go to the top of the 4th with the 3 lead over the Reds. So Syndergaard so far, despite giving up a couple walks, Jesus Christ. Now I will say, dude, the Braves for some reason will find a way to lose against the Pirates, and they have a problem. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna be like a cause for concern, but that's just be embarrassing. So now we got Mike Moustakas, and he's the only player in the lineup with a lone hit for the Reds. Counts and the first pitch that misses low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes.
For a couple days in a row, so tonight some of those pitchers may not be available.
And the 1-0 pitch. And Stock is to deep right. Castellanos to the scoreboard and will make the catch for out number 1. Good Lord, that's too close for comfort. Damn. So 1 away here in the top of the 4th for the Phillies defense.
So far, we know who's in the clubhouse for the clock radio.
And showing the GMC precision to play at the game. Castellanos towards the chain link scoreboard. Being
didn't even have to jump. GMC Precision Plate, huh?
Now Donovan Solano, who flied out to center.
And the first pitch is in there, called strike one on a curveball to Donovan Solano.
Toyota Turning Point.
We did.
Paul Muller sent me a text.
What did he say?
He said you didn't sound too enthusiastic.
Paul Muller from Team Toyota.
And I said because I was so focused on saying Toyota Camry Turning Point, I forgot the Camry.
And that's fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes.
So today I'll make
Oof.
I might
Yeah.
write it down.
But still, was way too close for comfort the way that it sounded off the bat.
It tells you what to say. Where is she? Waiting to get hit in the back of the head.
She's relaxing in the back.
And that's popped up in the foul territory. Hoskins, can he get underneath? That's going to be out of play.
I used to love that as a first baseman.
What's that?
Well, you're running over there like that. Did you hear someone in the dugout? You got room, you got room, you got room. No.
They were just trying to help you with the landscape.
Yeah.
Some are better.
Still no balls and 2 strikes on Donovan Solano.
Probably the worst place to get a read on a foul pop is down the first baseline is the first base dugout.
Well, somebody taught her right. Chopped to the ground, and that's going to be a foul ball. Count still no balls and 2 strikes here. And the pitch. That's chopped foul. Or faster, it's a fair ball to Boom. Easy throw to first for out number 2. That's 2 away here for the Phillies defense.
Bounced one softly on a check swing back towards Syndergaard, who took it right to the bag himself.
And the first pitch. And that's popped up to shallow left center. Zimmer's going to make the catch for out number 3. So 1, 2, 3 go the Reds here in the top of the 4th. So far, Noah Syndergaard looking good. To the bottom 4th we go. Phillies holding 3-0 after a commercial break with 3 runs, 5 hits for the Phillies offense. And then you had no runs and a hit by the Reds. Man, I gotta feel bad. You gotta feel bad for Reds fans because they have to deal with this shit. Because you really think about it, it's just like for a team as ridiculous as the Reds, for giving up Castellanos and all this stuff, it's just. But yeah. Has been pretty good. So, like you said, oh, now we got to check. All right. And of course, the Mets pulled it in within 1 against the Yanks. Jesus Christ. Oh well. Yeah. Now, I wish the Phillies could do do what they're doing with Nola is scoring some runs for Nola. That's always their biggest fucking problem. Every time when Nola pitches the gym, we can't score runs, which is embarrassing. So bottom 4th we go.
Tom, very energetic. Paul's going to be happy.
Thank you very much.
So it looks like we brought up Michael Passmeyer And we just DFA'd Sear, who was just here. Pitch, well, not say pitch, but was here yesterday. And the first pitch to Segura, that's in there called strike one. No balls on a strike. Oh, come on, Croc. Wheeler, yeah, that is true. Wheeler sometimes. And that's going to be fouled off. No balls and 2 strikes, too. Gene Segura.
Yeah, you see these kids with jerseys on and stuff, and I think that's great. I really do. Young girls see how jersey. So, you know, my daughter wears not a jersey, but a shirt every night as her.
And the 0-2 pitch misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So far up to this point right now, we've left 3 men on base. So far we're 0 for 1 and 0 for 1 in with runners in scoring position. And of course, there goes my camera. Apparently, give me a second here. I gotta fix this. Sorry about that, guys. I'm dealing with some camera issues. All right, hang on. Jesus. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. So the camera apparently got unplugged. So it counts to 1 ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes on Segura. So far, Syndergaard 4 innings, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts. And that hits Segura. Oh, but that got the piece of the catcher too, and he is hurting. And this is why I gave up catching after my little league days. This is why I don't catch anymore, because God bless, man. For those who are going to be a catcher, be brought up as a catcher, God bless you. Because the fact that catchers get beat behind the plate. Let's see.
All right, so first it hits Gene.
Oh, right in the family jewels. That's gotta hurt. Oh, cup. Well, that's one way to get cup checked. Well, no shit. You get hit in the nuts. Yeah, it's gonna be painful.
We're gonna review it to make sure it hits Segura.
How else would it deflected down there?
Well, it didn't hit the bat, I think, is what they're wondering. The call on the field is hit by pitch. Cincinnati is challenged.
I appreciate it, man. Got 3 hits. Damn.
He's doing it quietly, though, because he was concerned about his play. Gene shook his hand out as he was walking up the first base line.
Yeah, and I kind of took a couple steps back toward home. They're showing the replay that it hit Gene, and all the fans are looking at if it. They're not even looking if it hit Gene. They're seeing what happened with Roma and reacting to that. That is, like I said, that's just awful feeling.
Well, yeah. Well, I couldn't say because I mean, as a still a player myself, I never wear a cup because that shit's fucking uncomfortable. It's just ridiculous. It's very uncomfortable as hell. But shout out to the 10 though that's coming in as well. For those who are just coming in, appreciate everybody tuning in. But if you guys are new, welcome. Make sure you smash that like button, hit the subscribe when you guys are new, and definitely share everything out. Try to get some new people. Let's see.
After review.
After
review, the call up the field is overturned. It hit the knob of the bat. It's a 1-2 count. The batter is back to the plate.
That makes sense.
No.
Jeez.
I don't know what he said no to.
I can talk to that voice in his head.
I thought he did a nice job explaining it, though. he showed a little bit more than what we were used to. I think that's good. That was the plan, was that they would evolve in their descriptions.
Yeah, here's what we saw.
Yeah. All right, Gene's got to get his armor back on.
We've seen replays, different replays where it's been challenged.
Shout out to the 7. Greatly appreciate everybody coming in.
Come up with the conclusion, like, what did they see?
Right.
That is nice that they would explain that.
And explain the account also, just to remind everybody what it is. Up in the Bronx, the Yankees took a 3-0 lead over the Mets. Aaron Judge hit his 47th home run. The Mets have gotten 2 to make it a 3-2 game. That game is already in the 7th inning.
And the 1-2 pitch. And
Gene strikes out.
Jesus Christ.
Second strikeout for Kuno.
That's ridiculous.
Nick Maton is
And we got Nick Maton now coming out with one out here.
Well, Nick, you got to get going. You want to be the player of the game. Get interviewed afterward. Maybe you just talk to him anyway.
Maybe your vision was fuzzy and you knew it was a Nick.
Yo, what up, Steve? What up, Steve? Welcome, man. Welcome. And the first pitch to Maton misses way outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Ball, no strikes, that pitch outside.
He got plenty of time. He got 3 more bats at least.
And the 1-0 pitch, swing and misses for strike 1. That's in there, strike 2. Counts 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now, I will say the strike zone has been iffy from the home plate umpire. I mean, at to this point. But that pitch clipped the. That misses up high, 2-2. Yeah, 2 balls and 2 strikes against Kunel. The Phillies still hold 3 over the Reds. And the 2-2 pitch. That's swung and a miss, strike 3. That's 3 strikeouts for Kunel. Jesus. Now learn how to lead pitches down below the zone. Gotta leave them alone. So now we got Bradley Zimmerman. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far back in the second.
Here's Bradley Zimmerman. What numbers were you in the
I was 31, 34, 28.
And then first pitch to Zimmer, that's in there at 97, strike 1. And the 0-1 pitch, that's in there, strike 2.
I think I wore number 8 1 year there too.
What is your favorite number?
Well, at this point, I don't have one.
What was your favorite number?
8. Well, no, my brothers and I, we always, like my brother Joe, wore number.
And the 0-2 pitch, misses high, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bradley Zimmer.
My other brother Tom, he wore
Pretty much. I mean, if we have to throw a changeup down, I mean, some hitters.
ended up getting 14, so I always had to get a different number. And then in baseball, he got 14 for Pete.
And that's
Strikes out.
on a high fastball. That's a hard pitch to square up. So I can't be too upset about that because a hard fastball, like say you're up, high 90s, low triple digits, up in the zone. That's a hard pitch to hit. It's to square up. So I mean, if you could just go down so you can at least try to make contact, I'm okay with that. But if you really think about having, like, say, this slider outside the zone, yeah, you're not gonna do well, I should say. Well, yeah, so now we're going to the top of the 5th with the Phillies still holding a 3-0 lead over the abysmal Cincinnati Reds as well. Let me get that mouse off the screen since I had my other computer. And that's the reason why I had, even with the shared screen, that's why I use my other computer to make shit easier when I stream. So, like, say, if I want to, obviously, like I said, pull up the scoreboard as you see on the screen, I have that as well. Appreciate everybody that's been coming in, though. Shout out to the 6 total viewers in here, though. Like I said, I'll say this too. It's not one of my bigger Philly streams that I've done, but the fact we can still get some people in here, I greatly appreciate that as well. While we're going to the bottom, or sorry, top 5th, I should say, against the Reds. Oh yeah, absolutely. Fall Guys is a pretty good game. Trust me. I did my very first stream on that earlier this afternoon. I finally got myself a goddamn crown after trying in different. The only way I got my first crown was through Hexagon. The last stage was through Hexagon, where pretty much we had to constantly keep moving on the Hexagon platforms. It'd be like the last man standing, that kind of thing. But man, I enjoy it though. I really do. So now we're going to the top of the 5th, and Syndergaard going to start his fifth inning of work. And the first pitch, that's in there. Apparently low for strike 1. Apparently, according to home plate umpire Dan Iasonia. Bruh.
Just the one hit. He's 1-2.
And the 0-1 pitch. That swung and missed, strike 2. Good changeup at 87.
7 strikes in the 4th inning. On a night where the Phillies needed to go deep into a game.
Counts no balls and 2 strikes here. Shout out to the 8 people. 7 from the YouTube page. Greatly appreciate it. And the 0-2 pitch from Syndergaard. Misses inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And almost hits him.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, the Reds showed up at Citizens Bank Park and they decided we're going to swing hard. Maybe they're trying to expedite the 40 or 60-minute rain delay, trying to catch up.
And the 1-2 pitch. Misses low. 2-2. And the 2-2 pitch. Misses high. 3-2. Can't lose him here now.
Wind is shifting. It's coming in now from center field. You know what that means? Well, it could be 1 or 2 things.
And the 3-2 pitch. That's hit to left center. Zimmer has it. Good jump. Would make the catch for out number 1. So 1 away here in the top of the 5th for the Phillies defense.
Well, I hope not. But yeah, usually what it means, right? When the wind shifts and the
Shifted pretty good.
middle of the evening.
Here's Ferrero, who flat out to center. He can line for Syndergaard. 1 hit, 2 walks. Pitch into contact.
And that's chopped on the ground to third. Bohm has it. Easy charge. Easy throw for out number 2.
2 more outs. Quickly here in the 5th. And it brings Romine up. Romine grounded out to shortstop in his first plate appearance.
So they got 2 outs here. And the first pitch misses a bit high for ball 1.
Yeah, winter ball, I learned how to eat a home breakfast without fork or anything.
Burrito.
You just take a flour tortilla and you just cut off a little piece and you pick up the eggs and refried beans.
And the 1-0 pitch.
Ball's gone.
And Romine to deep left, and that is gone. God damn it. Well, that's going to be the first home run for Austin Romine. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable.
I would think it will.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
JT trying to reach out there and snatch that thing so Romine can hit it. I think just drifted right over to the barrel of the bat of Romine.
Well, here's Fraley, who swung at the first pitch both times up.
And that's in there. Strike one.
We already get
So
Syndergaard.
no balls and one strike.
In, Reds in Cincinnati.
And the one pitch that missed a bit inside. One ball, one strike.
Yankees bet into their lead over the Mets. They lead 4-2. Braves lead the Pirates 2-0 in the fifth inning.
That's in there. Strike two. Shout out to the 11, though. I really appreciate everybody coming in tonight. And I know at some points throughout this entire game, man, Daniel Sony's been very inconsistent behind the plate. I'll say that much. And that misses low. One ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Wonderful Mudley's going to be watching Monday Night Raw.
Why don't you text him and ask him? He might be watching us.
Well, because I love Mud, but when you text him, the chain never ends.
And the 2-2 pitch.
Line drive out to
And that's going to be line drive out to left for out number 3. Well, I mean, despite giving up 1 run, so far has not been a bad start for Syndergaard, despite giving up that solo home run to Austin Romine of all fucking people. I mean, it may be because, like I said, Danny Arizona has been very inconsistent behind the plate. That's just all I'm saying. Yeah, but the fact, but I will say, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The fact that the dude gets hit in the nuts and hits a bomb, and even somebody I follow on Twitter pretty much says, Roma gets hit in the cojones and then hits a bomb. You gotta definitely respect that. Yeah. Shout out to the 10, though. 9 for the YouTube page. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in as well. Oh, boy. Shout out to the 12. Greatly appreciate everybody coming in. Really appreciate it since, well, I guess they're probably the only one that's streaming the Phillies game pretty much tonight. So shout out to. Oh, they do because I want to see the Mets. Mets fans want some those Mets fans who can't be humble and just want to run their mouth and just cry like little babies when they get their ass beat. So basically, in other words, but yeah, I'm just putting it out there.
Look,
Now we got Warren now come out of the bullpen for the Reds.
You got to put this team away.
Yes.
You can't.
Saw that yesterday.
Yeah, you can't let them think, all right, you know what, we got a chance here.
Yeah, they were facing a pitcher yesterday that they let off the hook in the first few innings.
Yep.
Shout out to the 9. Greatly appreciate everybody coming in.
Warren's a 29-year-old from Ashland, Ohio. Grew up about 2 2.5 hours from Cincinnati.
So now we got top of the order now coming up for the Phillies with Schwarber, Hoskins, and Bohm. And the first pitch. That's in there on a high breaking ball for strike one. When are you going to realize when they're going to throw a high breaking ball, take a hack at it? Are you sure? I mean, he's good, but I still don't people. Well, that's no surprise. The Rockies are always. I'm just being brutally honest. The Rockies are on the below average team in the NL West because the NL West has been very competitive. Well, only between two teams. That's the Dodgers and the Padres, but the Padres have been bleh. He might be a good shooter, but you got to realize this too. The fact that people still forget he's dropped the N-word on social media and the fact he wants to not own up to it. I'm sorry, I can't respect that from a kid or for someone like him in the community. I really can't. I still can't believe that.
Occasions on some close pitches that looked like they were out of the zone. Yeah.
I like how you're so nice.
And the 1-2 pitch misses high, 2-2. I'm just saying that as it is, but with the Rockies, the fact you overpay for Chris Bryant too, the guy that can't stay healthy, just is ridiculous. That's my biggest nitpick with the Rockies, and that's pop. And we got a foul ball, still no 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Practice makes perfect, Scott.
I mean, shit. Or just bring a glove to the ballpark. That works too. And the 2-2 pitch. He was. I figured he was. But still, I mean, you got to realize too, for someone like him, the fact that he did what he did. Yes. Like I said, since Chris Bryant left, I mean, he had a pretty good couple years with the Giants. Don't get me wrong, but ever since leaving in free agency, has not been the same ever since. I'm just saying. That's called strike 3. Come on, man, you got to protect the plates. But then again, the home plate umpire has been very inconsistent. Well, keep arguing, Schwarber. If you get thrown out, you get thrown out. Try and make your point across.
Well, that one's at least closer than the other two, but it's low.
And the 0-1, the first pitch to Hoskins swings and misses for strike 1. Jesus Christ, how are you this bad at hitting breaking balls? Bruh, that is ridiculous.
Well, that one was close. That was the other two.
And that's skipping the dirt. One ball, 1 strike. And Hoskins are 0 for 2.
Well, we struck out 4 times in a row.
That misses high, 2-1 on Rhys Hoskins.
Think right center, Reese. He comes in. Keep it fair.
And that's pot foul.
That was better. The intention was there to hit the ball the other way.
And the 2-2 pitch. This is high, 3-2. I mean, sometimes he may say stuff that he might. But you got to think too, like being someone of his age, the fact that he also with school starting back up soon, it's going to be hard to reproduce a lot of content as well. So I feel like his content's. And Hoskins to right center, and the center field's going to have it at the edge of the warning track for out number 2. Oh yeah, trust me. I know he uploaded a short, one of the shorts about it, but still, like I was saying, for someone like BLSG, and I know a lot of times, like, oh, absolutely,
You can't control how hard the wind blows, Tom. You can adjust yourself.
absolutely. I mean, the fact that I'm liking what I'm seeing with the Eagles so far, even though I didn't watch the preseason week 2, but from week 1 when I did that game, that was pretty fun. I mean Jordan, and the fact that that's one I missed for strike 1, but the fact that the Jets gave Jordan Davis a warm welcome to the NFL by triple teaming him, that should tell you something about how good that kid's going to be. I mean, Cam Jarvis it's going to be a fucking monster from what I've been seeing. The highlight clips that's been put with him. And that's Mrs. High. 1 ball, 1 strike. I appreciate it, nice. But like I said, dude, I like what Cam Jarvis is going to bring to the table as a potential successor of Jason Kelsey. I like her wide receiver core. Devin Allen, that kid's going to be fucking something. That kid's going to be something. That's in there, strike 2. Jesus Christ. And Summer just off the fucking plate. What is going to take to realize? And the pitch. And that's going to be another base hit for Alec Boehm. Stay hot, kid. Well, it may not be a.
It's just a little,
They just choke and poke. Oh, speaking of AJ Brown just tweeted 2 minutes ago. Anybody else think it's hard to pass on the new Madden, or is it just me? Oh, come on, AJ Brown. Well, I don't know, man. Madden in the recent years has been going down the drain. Because, I mean, shit. I mean, I remember the old days of Madden from the original PlayStation. It's really.
the US rate took a bunch, but 2 singles today, and the way JT's swinging it now, Nick.
And JT to right field. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. That might be extra bases. Boom around third. Here comes, and Boom's going to get in there with no problems. And that's going to be another run scored. So the Phillies get that run back. So an RBI double by JT Realmuto extends the lead to 3. Hey, good swing by JT with 2 outs. And that's enough.
I don't know what he was doing there. I don't know if he thought that thing was going to hit off the wall and he was going to, try to get the relay in quick to keep home from scoring.
That's a good looking sounding off the bat of JT Realmuto. And the first pitch to Castellanos, he leaves that in the dirt for ball 1. So 1 ball and no strikes, Nick Castellanos. And even Darius Slay's going.
Here's Castellanos, who's had a good night already.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I mean that home run has. Ooh. I know, man. You got to get it, man. Nick wanted that one because that's right down the middle at the knees. You cannot miss that. You cannot. As a right-handed, just a hitter in general, if you miss that, it's just, oof. And Nick Castellanos to right, and that's going to be a fly out. Fuck. So side retired. Phillies add another run off the bat of JT to extend the lead to 3. Top of the 6th we go for the Fighting Phils. God damn it, my fucking eye would stop itching. That would be great. Oh, top 6. There we go. And this is the thing too, and this is the Phillies have done this more than a handful of times. It's a bullpen game. A lot of times, sometimes it's gonna bite you in the ass if you have then again, knowing the Reds, that the fact that they got rid of everybody, I think pretty much it's just pretty much going to be a bullpen game for probably for the rest of the game, pretty much. That's gotta suck. Jesus. If you're a Texans fan, if you have not, but yeah. Like I said, so far, I think the Phillies are playing pretty well.
They make a push towards
postseason berth. For the first time in about 10 goddamn years. Jesus Christ.
And receive 2022 postseason ticket access. Offers valid until Monday, September 5th. Visit Phillies.com/pushplan. More info.
So 20, yep. Let's. Yep. The good old fanatic. And the t-shirt gun.
Best mascot in the history of sport.
Yes, sir. If you hate the Philly fanatic, then we're gonna have problems. Because think about it, man. The Philly fanatic knows how to mess with anybody and just have a good time. Shit, I've seen clips of him, fucking with the late Tom Lasorda, when the Phillies played when the Dodgers came into Philly.
We're wearing new shirts.
Wearing new shirts.
Yeah, you don't want any popcorn shrapnel to get on there.
New shirts.
Plus, if you sweat, it goes down your back.
Very sweaty.
Yeah.
Here's Jonathan India.
Okay, India, Farmer, and Moustakas to face against Syndergaard. And the first pitch, that's in there. Strike one on the curveball. Yeah, shit. He knows how to mess with it. And which is funny enough as it is. As they said, he's probably one of the better mascots. It's kind of awkward to see, Thor and him side by side on the same team, which is crazy enough as it is. But could be the most awkward. That's going to be an easy base hit for Jonathan India. So that's the third hit, I should say, for the Reds. And then we got Kyle Farmer now coming up as well after Alito Singer, the dinosaur doesn't sound too bad. It can't be worse if you have Barney the purple dinosaur as your mascot. But shit, then again, what do you want to respect the Rockies? What have a mountain looking like mascot? See, now that's a tough thing for the Rockies. You are in Denver. You got the Denver Broncos. As a Bronco as a mascot. You have the Colorado Avalanche. I don't think they even have a mascot. I know there's very few NHL teams that have a mascot. Flyers do, because the Flyers look like they have Gritty, and I still think he's the fanatic on crack. The way how he's looking. Oh boy. And the 0-1 pitch. That's chopped on the ground. Foul.
You know what's nice about that? What's that? Not one Met fan here.
Yeah, Corey.
Yeah.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about the Mets. Well, in case.
St. Louis leads the Cubs 1-0. Albert Pujols has homered again.
Wow.
He has 14 home runs. 7 have come here in August.
Can he get to 700 this year?
He's got 7 in
Well,
August.
so that's 693. Chopped up the middle, a 4-6-3 double play. That's what we need. I don't know, man. Now, my thing is, I still believe when it all said and done by the end of the season, I think Pujols is definitely going to finish over 700 career home runs. I still believe that for sure.
And look, he wasn't playing a whole lot early, so he's probably as fresh as he's ever been. or the last handful of years with all the foot and ankle injuries that he's had. But he probably feels like, you know what, I'm gonna let it all hang loose because I know I only got a handful of games.
And the first pitch misses a bit low for ball one, so 1 ball, no strikes.
I tell you,
To Mike Moustakas.
When I was at ESPN, we did the spring training things, tour the club. And I was in St. Louis. I went over early one day to their spring training complex in Jupiter. And Albert was there.
And that's in there, strike one.
And I said, what are you doing with the loan? He said, you tell me what you think. I mean, we talked probably for about 20, 30 minutes about aluminum bats. And he was part of the brand ambassador for aluminum bats when Marucci first came out with aluminum bats.
Okay.
And, I watched him. He's
And the 1-1 pitch,
man.
that misses high. 1 ball, 2 balls on the strike.
With that bat, just like,
Really? That's their mascot? St. Bernard? Wow, that's interesting. Having a dog. Well,
like he was so excited about.
I mean, that's interesting because when we have like a dog type mascot called Franklin, that misses inside 3-1. So we have Franklin the dog when it comes for the Sixers. Like before, we had a fucking bunny rabbit named what was the rabbit? What was his name? Shit. I think it was like Hop or something like that. I think Hip Hop or something like that. It was not great. So we had a rabbit for one of our mascot previous editions for the Sixers mascots. Now we have Franklin the dog, and that's the center field. And Zimmer's going to have it. That's going to be an easy. And that's another. So Thor retires aside here in the top half of the sixth. To the bottom 6 we go with the Phillies still up 4-1 over the Cincinnati Reds. Man, 7 home runs away from 700. That's fucking nuts from Albert Pujols. And the fact that what he's doing since coming back to St. Louis, where it all started. Number one, the dude shouldn't have just never left in the first place. I'm sorry, that was ridiculous for that organization just to let him walk. I think with the fact he's doing a second stint. So it looks like the new, jeez. But man, so far, Thor, despite. Damn. Shout out to the 7. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in tonight. But yeah, like I said, the Phillies. Like I said, Thor's doing pretty well. Like I said, despite giving up a single, and especially after giving up that solo shot, and the fact that he's actually pretty much settled down since then. That should tell you. I know he's not the same pitcher he used to be, years ago during his prime days with the Mets. But it would be a solid, number 4 guy in the rotation. I'll be okay.
They had a very cordial conversation. Kyle's been called out on strikes 3 times tonight.
Actually, I like that. That's
definitively the 3rd strike was off the plate. The 3rd one.
So
It was a hair.
I had a feeling his name was because that makes sense. You recall the Broncos. So now Ross. Now we got. Oh geez, we got another bullpen coming in. So Ross Detweiler.
He went, looked at him, and he said, "Look, that last one was close. I apologize for saying something, but the first 2 weren't." But the last thing an umpire wants to hear, Tom, is that a player is going back and watching his strike zone. I go back and watch those pitches. How they go, my God. Oh, no.
Shout out to the 8 though. 7 from the YouTube page. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in. And probably after this, probably stream some more And think about this too. Like probably after this game, I'm probably going to stream some more Fall Guys as well.
In the 2007 draft by the Nationals.
And the first pitch to Stott misses high. 1 ball, no strikes.
State University.
I think
So right now, 1 for 2 is Bryson Stott. That bumps his average to 227 at 227 for the year. And the 1-0 pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes.
I would think she should win the. Well, it depends on that girl going to Texas. That's 6'5" from Miami area, but she has a chance to be the Florida State Player of the Year. She can play.
And the 2-0 pitch. That really, you're gonna. That's not even a strike. So that changes a bit of everything. Now it counts 2 balls and a strike.
14-year career.
That's crazy.
End up being 15, right?
Sharply out
The
for
short.
second. India's
So
there.
India will have her out number 2 or out number 1, I should say.
The most exciting event of the summer is back on the beach Wednesday. Join us at the Meet AC Atlantic City Air Show. See the real Top Guns push their aircraft to the limit. For tickets, go to AtlanticCityAirShow.com today.
And we're sure we're not going to see the triple Lindy down there, right?
I don't think we're going to see it. We can put in a request.
And the first pitch is in there, hanging a curveball right down the middle.
Segura, the batter.
That's shot foul. So now it's no balls and 2 strikes to Gene Segura. And the 0-2 pitch. That's going to hit him.
G hit by that pitch. Hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah, he's been like he's had a target on him.
First batter hit this season, the most in franchise history. Breaks the record set in 2005. Somewhat inauspicious.
I wonder if
So
that'll be
now-
one of their media guys.
Now we got Nick Maton
Just a
now coming up.
baseball with a Band-Aid.
I don't think so. I mean, the fact that he's really settled down after that solo home run, absolutely.
Like an arrow headed toward a player.
And the first pitch to Maton misses low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Maton. Not Phil Maton, because Phil Maton is the pitcher for the Astros.
Back on track for player of the game. Not that I'm rooting against Castellanos.
And that's swing and a miss for strike 1. That's a good pitch, though. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Maton.
2 outs in the third. Base hit by JT, no big deal. Double by Nick, scores. 2 outs in the 5th. Boom, base hit.
And that's fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Double scores. That's huge. You have a pitcher out there thinking, man, I have a chance to have a quick inning. David Bell probably thinking, man, I might get one of my relievers getting 2 innings in. And the next thing you know, base hit and a run scored. The guy has to throw 7, 8, 10 more pitches. Now we're going to see Johnny Holstaff.
Yep.
And that's swung and a miss strike 3 since Maton decided to chase.
We can still talk to him if you want.
I would love to, but he might not. He'll be happy if we
So now we got Bradley Zimmer coming out now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
The strikeout, by the way, for Detweiler is his 500th in his big league career. You saw him throw the baseball out, so that's a keepsake for him. And Bradley Zimmer's the batter. He's 0 for 2.
That's in there on the outside corner. Called strike one. That was.
He's been playing 15 years. That's his 500 strikeout.
Yeah, well, it's service time.
Service time. He's up and down, right? A couple of those years.
So this is his 304th game, so 500 strikeout.
There you go.
And a throw over just to keep.
When he first came up, I thought, man, this kid's going to be something special. But, how do you say he hasn't been good? He's going to have a 15-year career.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't play next year.
That's chopped on the ground.
Right side.
Oh, just got Bradley Zimmer.
That'll do it for the Phillies here in the sixth. No runs. No hits.
Ooh, that was close, but however, the Phillies do not score here in the bottom of the sixth, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, don't we all, but injuries are going to happen. So top of the seventh we go. That's the reason why we got Bradley Zimmer off waivers. It's because of that. Because Matt Vierling just for some reason has been struggling, and we really don't have because Schwarber can't play center because he's got his calf's still probably not 100%. But I will say this too: if you're going to be a generic baseball, if you're going to be like a Yankees fan of the year, that desperate going low. If you have not followed Twitter, I have retweeted to my fellow colleague Keen Ability. Like, how do you drink a beer through a straw in a hot dog? Explain that to me. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. And I love hot dogs. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that beer and hot dogs go together separately, not Jesus Christ. I swear, people don't have a common sense that God gave a billy goat for crying out loud. But shout out the gay people, though. Like I said, I mean, it's just. Man, I feel because if I'm looking over here, I feel like there's something that's catching the corner of my eye, and I look like I'm going crazy for some reason. All right. Yeah, right now showing some highlights, Bryson Stott. And then the radio booth decides to.
Time now for your Delaware Valley Honda Dealers game summary. The Phillies got two in the second on back-to-back home runs by Castellanos and Bryson Stott. They added another one in the third, another one in the fifth inning. Noah Syndergaard's been excellent. 6 innings, 3 hits, and 2 walks and 1 strikeout. So you might as well have a Yingling as we go to the top of the 7th inning.
That
We'll
ain't
take it
going
slow.
to last long.
Seems like it's the first one he's ever had.
Yeah, I'm calling BS on that, Tom.
And that's in there, called strike one to Donovan Solano.
You remember your first beer?
I like beer. No, what I mean is there was a clip going around on Twitter for a guy that's using a hot dog as a straw to drink his beer, and that shit's fucking disgusting. And I like beer and hot dogs, but as one of hot dog on its own, you have a beer. Like literally, you couldn't get your lazy ass off to get a straw or something like that. Jesus Christ, that's ridiculous.
I got to make sure none of my family members are watching if I talk about this.
And that is a foul ball. Still no balls and 2 strikes.
Really? That's where you paced yourself up to that?
Yeah, let's see. I
Tell you what, you
played
really
3 or 4 years with Goose Gossett.
talk about such discipline.
I was very young.
Cecil Scratch, who was it?
No, it wasn't Cecil Scratch.
And the 0-2 pitch.
No, I couldn't.
That's
With
popped
Scratch,
up.
I could be his designated driver.
Behind between first and second, Hoskins make the catch.
Reese makes the catch. One away.
Yeah, exactly. If you do not follow Twitter, there's a guy that puts a straw in the hot dog, puts it in the beer, and drinks it. It's like, oh, I like hot dogs and beer. The thing it is, if you had that kind of combination all together in one, that is disgusting. Could you imagine? Hey, what's good? What is good? What is good? What is good? Shout out to everybody though coming in. I really appreciate it. So now we got one out here in the top of the seventh, and the first pitch to Senzel. So Syndergaard gets the benefit of the doubt. That's on a high strike for strike one.
Is he asleep scratching?
Well, I don't know if it was sleep, Tom. Let's put it this way. I don't think people who track sleep studies would say that was sleep.
And the 0-1 pitch. This is hot. Been out for ball one. Yes, I have. Hey, don't worry, man. I trust me. I follow your tech talks. Don't get me wrong. Don't. I mean, I'm happy though. I'm really happy for you. It's now 1-2 strikes on Nick Senzel. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, Syndergaard got the benefit of the doubt on that pitch. So either way, I can't complain. But against us, that would be a different story in its entirety. And the 1-2 pitch. There they go. And just now it's even 2-2. Jesus Christ. I mean, absolutely, man. And that's popped foul at 94. I mean,
since your youth or never?
Never. They wouldn't do it. Oh, we tried.
Old Cecil's discipline. Oh, we tried. Oh, we tried.
and that's popped up the hand. And Stott's going to make the catch for out number 2. So that's 2 outs here at the top of the 7th.
They're running it as if it's the final out, but it's not. It's the second out. 2 outs. Attention, teachers. Gear up for the start of the school year and register your class.
Well, thank God I'm taking a year off. Well, it definitely shows. Yes, I know Rob Thompson has made his share of mistakes. Absolutely, because I want to see the Mets to shut their head. Because I look, I'm not saying not all Mets fans are bad. And that's going to apply to all fan bases too. But there's just going to be those certain group that just want to keep running their mouths, especially on social media. It's like, oh, we're gonna, oh, and yeah, some Mets fans do have the right to say, yeah, they own us. That's for sure. But you want to take it to the far as just, yeah, it's just like no one wants to be humble anymore nowadays. So. Yeah, but ever since then, and that is another scoreless inning for Noah Syndergaard. So pretty much, since it was a solo shot by Mike Moustakas, but that was pretty much that's the only offense to this point. Everything else has been pretty much been zeros for Noah Syndergaard. And the Phillies went back to back off the bats of Castellanos and Stott, I should say. And the fact that, and you had JT with an RBI double as well. Everybody's getting to the action of scoring runs. Now, I will say you got to add more on as well. And I even quote tweeted, and the fact that, Pujols is still, and I was to give him a lot of benefit, a lot of credit to Pujols, though. The fact that this man's 42. At this point, I really still highly believe he's going to finish over 700 career home runs. I truly believe that because that's, the fact that you can have a career as long as it's Pujols and the fact he's close to 700 career home runs, that is crazy. I still think he can finish Let's see how long we got. If he can keep it with the home run pace, I still think he can say between 710 and 720 720 career home runs. Now, I will say if he still keeps like hitting homers left and right. But yeah. But ever since, yeah, like you, I mean, yes, another like you said, the Reds scored. But yeah, I mean, the Reds scored. I mean, shit. I mean,
Goes all the way to shortstop for some unknown reason. Did the center fielder not just quit on that ball? Because that was about 8 feet away from him.
I think the wind may have, I don't know. I thought he was going to catch it.
I thought he was slowing up to catch it. I guess he thought it was going to hit the wall somewhere.
and the first pitch to Schwarber misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes.
Hey, John. Nope.
John Mike wants it.
See you post game. Nope. Yeah, baby. Yeah, we will.
All right, guys, be good. Kyle Schwarber's up. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Syndergaard may be done.
And the 1-0 pitch, that's chopped foul. Still 1 ball, 1 strike.
It's 1 ball and 1 strike to Schwarber, who has struck out twice tonight.
You know how unlucky you can get?
Shout out to the 6th, though. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in.
I had to leave early to go to the hospital. Was the day Schmitty was here, and he was going to do the post game anyway. Why couldn't that have happened on Saturday?
And the 1-1 pitch is low, even though that's in the strike zone for ball 2.
Oh, yeah.
So it looks like we're getting Sam Coonrod now up in the warming up in the pen.
Sam Coonrod warming up.
I had that one locked in. I know how to get to the airport driving. Once I get out of the car,
That's swinging it. Ooh, good. That's a disgusting pitch.
all bets are off. I do need a tracker.
Yeah.
Like, don't they have that like dogs? Dogs, they have trackers.
Now you got Hunter Strickland now warming up in the pen.
It's starting to get bad.
Oh, that's a very good question. It depends who you're. So far, in my career, God, I've seen so many pitchers over the last 11 years. Now, a fastball could be this one of the hardest pitches you can. I will say a fastball for sure. It might seem that way, the way everything's been going.
What people can I get to like?
Hey, it could be a possibility. Even though that's in there, strike 3. Come on, dude. You got to protect the plate. Now, that's where I will, even though as a current player, I will nitpick in certain spots. Well, we'll see. Because I think it's most likely Coonrod's going to come in for Syndergaard. But Syndergaard, look, I'm going to give Syndergaard a lot of props. Despite giving up a solo home run and really pitched his ass off ever since then. I would not mind the Phillies and Padres wild card. Now the problem is though, and we know how to beat the Padres, that's for sure. Because if you really think about it, because when we played the Padres, I think we took 3 or 4. Because that's at the time they didn't have, Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr. And their pitching has been Snell has just I don't know because Snell just has not been well. He's pitched well, but just has not been the same. But thank God. Because let's be real, I still feel like there's a lot better teams than the Mets. Even though the Mets have some good talent, I still think when it comes to the pitching duos, I think that's where the Mets. I'll get the Mets the benefit of the doubt. Bruh, that's a high. I mean, dude, you can definitely make the argument that he is overrated and definitely. And oh, sorry about that. What button? Nope, that's the wrong button. But yeah, I mean, just like the Padres can't do anything without. And this is where I will give the Padres, some benefit of the doubt. The fact that you want to, and as young as Tatis is, the dude should learn it year in and year out and stop making goddamn stupid mistakes. It's plain and simple. I don't get it anymore. Yeah, he's also ineligible for the postseason, which also a lot of and we see and like I mentioned before, when when Tatis was out due to injury, Padres struggled. I still think Padres struggle without Tatis, and even though they have Machado, I've seen the Padres struggle even when Machado goes off. Honestly, I don't think that's a hot take. I still think that is going to be the truth. But the problem and this is the problem I will see this and that. The fact he's suspended and Bo went another line drive base hit. That's his third of the game. And I mean, kid's going to stay hot. But like I kind of go back to what I was saying, is that Tatis, or the Padres to say, have struggled mightily without either Tatis or Machado. And Tatis, on the other hand, dude just can't stay healthy. The dude, look, I know I'm probably going to trigger some Padres fans, but I still think Tatis is just really cannot get his shit together. I'm not going to say he's injury prone, but the left of field shit's got to stop. Because if not, I mean, the dude's already, you're basically throwing away a career at this point. And the dude's, not even somewhere in his early 20s, give or take. And you would think, and this is why sometimes I agree with his teammates, like, dude's got to grow up. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And back to what I was saying before, like, the Padres have struggles at times, despite the fact they even have Juan Soto. That should tell you, at least at sometimes, that their offense kind of struggles a lot of times, a bit of a time. But their pitching has been somewhat solid. I mean, Snell still is not the same Cy Young as he once was. I mean, Darvish is still good, but he's not great. I mean, shit, who else is not rotation? I mean, the fact that they gave up Mackenzie Gore, I really like what the kid that they had. I mean, I thought Mackenzie Gore could be one of the cornerstones for that in that rotation, but I guess with Soto being on the trade market, I guess they really decided to pull the trigger. But I still think, going back to your hot take, Joey, is that Tatis is going to be also ineligible for the postseason, which that's also is going to hurt the Padres if there's going to be a wild card series. That's for sure. But Billy Fulcher, as much as the shit I give that man, I think that's one of the better games I've seen him pitch. But I still can't trust Fulcher in the rotation. I can't do that. But yeah, that's just. I'm just seeing what we're seeing. I'm just seeing what around the league. I mean, and seeing some of the scores around the league.
So here it is right here. It's got the obviously the Fontes logo right there at the top, and then Phillies there. Yeah. And then like JT's uniform, and then the chest protector. Yeah. Good, Johnny.
You can put all your. Well, I don't want to hit anything. I'm going to get too old. But,
so St. Louis already at. So the Mets dropped to 79-45. Okay. And knowing.
Drinks in there. There's still drinks in there. Shouldn't put that in there with the iPad. Here are Carl's binoculars. You'll never know where they are.
Where'd Carl go? Did he quit?
We got Carl's other thing.
Oh, we made Carl.
No, you got Hunter Strickland now coming in to pitch for the Reds.
Yeah. For a player on each team. They
Warm out.
Decided to take the rest of the night off.
Edmundo Sosa's on the
now we got
run over first.
So Sosa's going to pinch run for Alec Boehm. So that's going to be done for Alec Boehm tonight.
Sosa's leading somewhat.
And Sosa gets back with no problems, but Strickland almost caught him leaning. Yeah, well, Harper is tomorrow. Oh, yeah, the records definitely show, absolutely. But Harper is going to start his rehab assignment tomorrow, which is huge because I think next week is his official return. And another throw over. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Did you catch it?
And I will say this too, even without Harper, a lot of times.
And that's the best effort we can get out of you.
is that that most of the times it's the end of our season most of the time because we have no other guys to step up. But since we have got, that was under Joe Girardi too. But ever since, and Sosa's going to take second base, and so there's going to be no balls in the strike to Realmuto. However, like I said, Sosa takes second base off of Hunter Strickland.
iPad and binoculars. You threw that to her. She had it.
So now I guess.
Teammates. Oh, here comes Carl.
She was an athlete.
Pretty good jump by Sosa. And that'll tell you what's wrong with Alec Bohm with that quad injury.
Oh yeah.
By Sosa had to avoid the left foot, the left spike of Jonathan India.
So the Padres, on the other hand, okay, so they got to play the Guardians, and JT to center, and that's going to line up to center field for out number 3. Damn. So, bottom 7 comes to a close. So now we're into the top of the 8th. So it's most likely Sam Coonrod is going to be coming in as well. Did he do it again? Did Albert Pujols go do twice? If that's the case, that dude's still a machine at 42. I'm impressed. Because usually when you get up there in age as a baseball player, that is true. That's basically what I said. We have guys, we have talented guys, but just some of them just can't step up. But guys like Bohm. Bohm is just having a really decent year. I still think it's still a good year for Bohm. I think there's going to be a lot there's going to be a lot more to work with Bohm. I don't think there's going to be that much work, but I think he can just tinker a few things. Just one. Damn. If he went, no worries. But if he did twice, man, I'm not going to be surprised. That dude's still a hitting machine. Like, I still always will have respect. But what bad thing you can have to say other than the fact he had a couple bad down years, I would say. But the fact that ever since going back to St. Louis, it just seems to me like he's playing what he was during his early days. From 2006 to 20? No, that's not 2006. I'm thinking about 2001. I think it was. All I know is that Pujols shit. So the Guardians is another team that's been coming up on the rise. He has. I think that might be a career amount of the home runs for him. Because I think overall, the last couple of times he had not even double digits in the short time here in the big leagues. So last 2 starts against the Reds, August 15th went 7 innings as well, struck out 6. And now we got Sosa now to play third for Alec Bohm, who for some reason obviously dealing with the quad injury a little bit. So now we got Sam Coonrod now on the bump for the Phillies to pitch here the top of the top of the 8th, I should say. I don't know why.
Jose Barrero will be the leadoff hitter for the Reds. It'll be Barrero. And then Austin Romine. Romine is counted for the only run.
That is true, but ever since then, it's been lights out for Syndergaard. Ever since then. And the first pitch from Coonrod. That's in there at 96 for strike 1. No balls and a strike to Barrero. Oh, trust me, I think Scott's going to go off. It's going to absolutely. Yeah, well, Derek. See, the thing with Derek Hall, the one thing I want to work. If I was the hitting coach, is try to work with him to protect some parts of the plate with 2 strikes. So I feel like some hitters nowadays still kind of feel like you don't understand the concept of protect with 2 strikes, which is something that you've always been taught as a player, no matter what level you're at. It's a simple, mindset. It's a simple concept. That skips outside. One ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, Sosa is playing third. Stott came out of Las Vegas, but the college, on the other hand, yeah, UNLV. Right. He said because Stott's another Vegas kid, so we have 2 Vegas kids. That's Harper and Stott. Stott came out of the University of Las Vegas in Nevada. Well, Jesus Christ, just basically ULNV. That's all I'm saying. Well, yeah. So the Padres have Mike Clevenger. That's his name. Whatever. Yeah, Mike Clevenger going for the Padres, and then we're going to see how the Padres are going to fare up against the and swing and a miss, strike 3. Welcome back, Sam Coonrod. Yeah, pretty much he is. Yeah. So and we got Bohm out of Wichita State, so he was a shocker. Don't know what that is, especially from coming from Wichita State. And that's another thing too. Like that always bugs me. What the fuck is a Cornhusker? When I like that's always been my the biggest freaking mind fuck. If you look at the University of Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, what the hell's a Cornhusker? That's in there at 98 in the end of the half for strike 1. Ooh, that's unfair. So you got Austin Romine. He is only 1 for 2, but only accounted for the only lone run for the Reds tonight, and that was a solo shot. That was pretty much about it. That's swing and miss, strike 2 on a 94-mile-an-hour slider. I know, I get that, but exactly, what does a Cornhusker look like? That's my biggest issue. It's just like no matter in sports, it's like
no excuses.
No, Harper's.
Checking out the seeds. Let me see which one's not good.
Oh boy, man! Some of these colleges names are freaking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about Farmer because of the Midwest, but I don't know. I'm thinking. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sam Coonrod. Absolutely. Now the biggest priority is making the playoffs. No, I still think we'll be a one and done team, but I don't. Well, actually, you know what? No, I'll take that back. I think we'll still go. I think we're going to put up a fight in the playoffs, but I still think we're not going to be. We're going to be a first round, maybe a first round exit, maybe.
Syndergaard had one strikeout, right?
Yep.
Not wrong.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Outside, what a no.
So then 1 ball, no strikes. So, plus I'm looking for some color. That should be the main priority. You know, I mean, another team, and this is the thing where I will say with the, and that's going to be a one hop to Segura. That's going to be out number 3. So easy 1, 2, 3 out of the pen goes Sam Coonrod. So bottom 8 we go, with the Phillies still holding a 4-1 lead over the Reds. And another thing is too, it's just like with the Padres, they have not seen a world. Jesus Christ, it's just like, when at this point of the year, that's when they will start to collapse because it's ridiculous. Now my thing is, but I'm just looking for some college football. That's when obviously with the Eagles and stuff like that, the Sixers and whatnot. I'm looking for some college football for the Clemson Tigers and the Villanova Wildcats for NCAA men's basketball. And I might try to do some women's college basketball for South Carolina for the Gamecocks and Dawn Staley and the women that she knows how to fucking coach. Especially being a Philly native too. Yeah, that's somebody you do not want to mess. If you mess, like, but yeah, that's where I'll leave it at that. I need to take a shout out to the 6, though. I greatly appreciate everybody coming in as well. All right, so I'm take a look at the Padres schedule and see how So you had two teams in the Guardians and the Padres, almost identical records, but the Guardians had 4 less wins than the Padres. Now the thing about it is, because I still feel like, well, Milwaukee, I don't know. Yeah, the Harris. Okay, that made more sense, but it's gonna be weird. The fact that he's gonna be in the minor leagues for a rehab assignment, which is weird because it's been a while since it's been in the minors. So
has hit some, and then
Nick pretty much it has been accounted for half of the team's runs. See, yeah, that's the crazy part too for a team like the Guardians who've been through so much. Hey, that is a shallow fly ball to center for out number 1 from Hunter Strickland, and that's where I'll give a little bit benefit of the doubt for the Guardians. So for a team that used to have Lindor, Carlos Sanchez, and just all the guys that they used to have. I mean, Terry Franco, I still think is still a good manager for any team to have. I still think overall. Damn, that's crazy.
4 times.
Well, I mean, you gotta give the so they got swept by the Dodgers. We love to see that, especially as for Phillies fans. So right now, oh, damn it! Now this is gonna be this is what's gonna suck though. Obviously, they lost 2 or 3 against the Marlins, which is good for us. Right now, Guardians has got to have to sweep them. But now they got the Royals, and I do not feel confident for the Royals against the Padres. I am sorry. Now the Giants, on the other hand, they have taken 2 or 3 of the Giants, but the Giants are not that. I still feel like they're not that great either. It's just like you have guys like from that World Series team, and Brandon Belt and Brandon Crawford, 2 guys are not getting any younger, and the 2 will pitch to start, and that's close enough on the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls on the strike. Okay, so the Cardinals win 1-0 with the Cubs.
Montgomery, 7 strikeouts.
Damn. Man, if you're a Yankee, man, the fact that the Yankees gave up on Jordan that's not a strike. Yeah.
Dodgers and Milwaukee are underway. They're in the top of the 2nd.
Oh, when they choked that entire second half, absolutely. I don't know. The Phillies were part of it, or one of the causes of it. I think it was last year. Yeah, Matt swung and missed strike 3.
2 outs here in the 8th.
I think, yeah. It just seems like the Padres just.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by your Philadelphia.
Now I will say too that when they started doing the manager search and prior to Bob Melvin getting hired, and this is where I will have nitpick a lot of teams. If I want to go with guys that have no managerial experience over guys, you have guys like Rod Washington. That's really should have a managerial job at some point. Should be at some point. God damn it. And there's a high chopper to second. India has it, and it just gets Segura.
It was a solid play by Jonathan India. He robbed Segura of an infield hit.
I mean, Jonathan India always has been. He's been very, and this is where I'll give a lot of props to India too, because I actually like watching him at Florida when he was at Florida. I think because Jonathan India always has been good defensively, and he also has a good bat too. Which I think overall, I like the kind of player that he's turned out to be at the major leagues. Now, I would say, he would have been. I would say he would do better with a better team. I would say that for sure. For can't have be on a team like the Reds, just really a team that just doesn't want to compete. And the fact that you had, the only one person that's been pretty much somewhat consistent for them was Joey Votto. But Votto, on the other hand, you got to think too, like how much longer is he going to take? Being on a team like the Reds just cannot, and I mean cannot just decide to really do the right thing. Because let's be real, the ownership needs to fucking sell the damn team anyways. Because I still, I think Nelson's is not going to be available. For me, I say run with Kumran for the top of the ninth. Because if David Robertson's just kind of just have him not available tonight, I say try at least rest most of your bullpen arms. That's what I would do, and stick with Kumran. That's what I would do. In terms of, because you really just got to think too. It's just like Kumran has been, prior to the arm injury and stuff like that, has been very reliable. And there are some times that he has, made mistakes. I mean, sure, what bullpen arm doesn't? I've seen good bullpens implode sometimes. It happens. Some bullpen pieces just might not have good nights. Some, oh well. So top of the ninth is
Phillies on top. That's where we're going to be sitting tomorrow night. Right there in the first couple.
Yes, sir. And I'll be doing that game too.
Plays in a game like this, right in front of the wall.
Yeah, Nick got back there. I think kept going on it, drifting. I love the fact that he's just so long. He didn't even have to jump. Just reached up, snagged it.
Yeah. If Robertson's not available, I would not mind that. Even though Robertson has pitched a lot, so now we got Angel Bellotti closing the ninth. No.
45th game, so he's in the pitch. Matt Beerling is in right field.
Now that hot take I can believe in, because I saw how Sam Howell performed, and I like what Sam Howell brings. I mean, shit. I mean,
Sosa, who came on for Bohm, is over at third. Stott, Segura, Hoskins.
So now Angel Bellotti to face Jonathan India, Kyle Farmer, and Mike Moustakas. So hit 2, 3, 4 in the Cincinnati lineup.
He's trying to finish off this ball game here. Again, the Padres are off tonight. Brewers and Dodgers are just underway. They're in the second inning.
And the first pitch, that's in there. Strike one. No balls in the strike to Jonathan India.
Outside 1-1.
That was a bad boy getting some traction running through there.
Really, Adam was moving.
And we got the one more pitch. A lot of kicks and deals. There you go. Yes, he did. So Jonathan India could not hold a swing.
I tell you what, Bellotti, that's one thing, man. If he gets up against an aggressive swinging team and he throws that slider, he's going to get some check swings and swings and misses. He does have a really good slider.
Is he going to go? From what we heard about Thibodeau was a sprained MCL. I don't know, man. That's good. Steve, to answer, if it stands like that, is Taylor Heineke. But we'll see because I think Sam Howell might be their third stringer because let's be real, Washington just had not had a solid quarterback in a while. I mean, they did reach for RG3, but he really didn't pan out with a ton of injuries that plagued his career. And the 2-2 pitch. That's popped back at 95, right down the chute. Yeah, Butterfly. I mean, you got to think, too. Like, this is, I mean, if the Phillies win this game, I'll be happy because number two, and there's a reason number two is this could be one of those redemption games. Well, after last yesterday, after the Phillies blew 3 leads and then the loss to the Mets, and the 2-2 pitch. Did he go? No, he held. So now it's 3-2 on Jonathan India. Now we'll say it's.
We keep saying it. People are going to believe it.
Hey, why not?
Happens a lot.
Yeah. Just keep messing with people.
3-2.
Now it counts 3-2 on India. And he's already 1 for 2. And the 3-2 pitch. And that is ball 4. God damn it. Of course you do. You got to call a Farmer. But I will say this too. If we can get another double play out of Farmer, I'll be fucking happy.
Struck out. He ended the third with a fielder's choice. He's also hit into a double play, which would be cool right now.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that 3-2 pitch, you know, he had Jonathan Indy aggressive on the slider, you know, and swing.
shout out to the Five, though. Really appreciate everybody coming in tonight.
Just tried to throw the absolute.
No, come on. Not buffering now.
Slider 3-2, where, you know, with a 3-run lead, you don't have to be that perfect. To the leadoff hitter, that is.
And the first pitch misses low, ball 1. Jesus Christ. Yeah, of course, Bilotti.
I know the last thing Rob Thompson wants in this top of the 9th inning is have to go to the phone.
Yeah, but at this point, at least go somewhere with somebody. Yep.
Yeah. Probably ain't going to be Robertson. Probably.
If Alvarado's available, so be it. That's fouled back at 95, even to count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Rocket pitch yesterday.
And the day before, he went hitting 2/3 the day before.
Alvarado, he had a pretty quick inning yesterday.
They could wind up being Alvarado.
I would not mind if Alvarado was available because you really think about it. Because dude's got great stuff. The fact that the control is actually finally there with him.
1 ball, 1 strike to Farmer.
And the 1-1 pitch, that's fouled back. I mean, thank you for helping him out with that one because it may not call. That would have been a ball 2 since you had Dan Iasoni can seem to get high pitches correctly, I should say. But can we just get a double play? He has. Yeah. Absolutely. Chamberlain is overrated. I don't care what anybody says. Now the 1-2 pitch. And a good pick by Real Muto to stop that ball from going behind the backstop. Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes here. And the pitch swing and a miss, strike 3. That is true. That is absolutely true. We got Mike Moustakas now coming up. Now, double play would be great in the situation.
Again, we talk about that slider of Bilotti, and there's a good one right there. If you'd thrown that
I will say it too. A well-located slider is one of the hardest pitches in baseball to hit.
Moustakas today is 1 for 3.
So one.
He has singled his flat out to right and to center.
And the pitch. Somehow misses.
Not a bad pitch.
That's good enough for me. At least I'm calling that game tomorrow night. I'm looking forward to it. Oh my God, it's my glitch. So it counts no ball or ball, no strikes to Moustakas. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and miss, strike one on the slider. Like I said, I appreciate it. So at least some of those rowdy Mets fans can, be humble. I mean, tomorrow's game. I mean, since we have Ranger going tomorrow, I don't know who the Reds are going to be throwing out there. I'm excited. I mean, the Phillies, they have to get hot at this point in this point of the year. That is fouled back. No, 1 ball, 2 strikes. But I think overall, I mean, I just feel like overall, and this month, and Knights actually put it. My buddy Knightings, another fellow content creator, put it best. Like this is the month. This is a crucial month for the Phils because you cannot fall behind, especially we're getting ready to entering September very soon. It may not seem like it, but September is right around the corner. See, now that is going to be tough because did he go? No. Okay, so he held. Now the thing is, both are good closers, but for some reason, when Hader left the Brewers, he has not been the same since joining the Padres. And the fact that a lot of teams are starting to figure out Josh Hader better than a lot of times, and Craig Kimbrell has been hit and miss. So I would rather have someone like, I would say Kimbrell. Well, that depends. Like, how far are we going back? Are we talking about prime Craig Kimbrell or up to this point? I would say Craig. That is strikeout. Second strikeouts for Paulati. 2 outs here in the top of the 9th for the Phils. Now, if it comes to the save opportunities, I obviously give that to Hader because Hader has to. I mean, both got good stuff to do it, but I feel like Hader has been somewhat consistent. Where you have Craig Kimbrell at this point of his career has been shown he does have some of his inconsistencies. But yeah, that's where. See, that's going to be a tough question to answer because I think they're both so good closers. Oh, Nick Lodolo going for the Reds. Appreciate it though. And we got Ranger going for us. And the first pitch. And fly ball to shallow right. Castellano under it. And we'll make the catch for out number 3. And that's Matt Vierling making the catch for out number 3. So the Phillies win it 4-1 over the Cincinnati Reds. So, and I know a lot of times there's going to be some baseball fans going to say, oh, it's the Reds. It's like, yada, yada, yada. Nobody cares. A win's a win. And shit, I mean, I will admit too, like the only one team in their division we can't beat is the Mets. I will admit, like I said, I will admit that on record countless times. And the fact of the matter is, and just it really. But like I said, the Phillies win it 4-1 over the Reds. Now, kind of give a few things before we wrap out of here. And Surprise actually got done really quickly, under 3 hours, so which is crazy enough as it is. But I think overall, like the discipline has going to have to get better in game 2. Now, like I said, I know I'll admit this too. I have gave Castellanos a lot of shit. Oh wow, that's a tough one because you're talking about one of our good shortstops in their prime. Well, that depends on who you're asking, depending on position. Prime Rollins is pretty much going to be the number 1 shortstop for sure, but Mike Schmidt is pretty much not as the best, one of the franchise players we ever had. I mean, you're going to have to talk about, who you're going to talk that to older Phillies fans that seeing the good, the bad, the ugly started between the 70s and, and going for the, oh, absolutely. Because let's be real, the Nationals fucking suck. I mean, you would think, and this is where I've nitpicked with the Nationals. For a team that won the World Series in 2019, decides to blow it up in 2020. Well, I will still won't never count 2020. I mean, these still were okay in 2020, but the fact that I say below average before they started actually fully blew it up. Moving on from Trey Turner, Scherzer at the deadline, moving over to the Dodgers. Let Anthony Rendon walk in free agency to the Angels. Dude can't stay fucking healthy. Overpaid for Max Scherzer or Strasburg or Steven Strasburg. Dude can't stay healthy. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're basically a AAA team. They got all AAA prospects on that team because the pitching rotation, Corbin fucking sucks. I mean, who else do they have in that rotation? No, like scrubs at that point. Because you really think about it, because the Nationals cannot keep. They lost 5 players in the last 4 years. They lost the first player was to leave Washington was Bryce Harper, and then we all know how that 2018 offseason went. That was one of the biggest storylines in Major League Baseball. Was when Machado entered free agency, and so did Bryce Harper. When they both started making visits to places, to where they want to sign. I mean, and unfortunately, and good for. I mean, what's awesome for us, we got the better of the two, and that was Bryce Harper. I mean, shit. I mean, Machado. I would say Machado's overrated as hell. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the fact that Steven Strasburg, when healthy, he's a great pitcher, but the dude just cannot stay healthy. And at this point, you would think as the Nationals, that contract's really starting to bite them in the ass. I mean, there's already talks of them, the ownership selling the team. You should have fucking done that sooner, or because you really think about it, because history would been a lot different if you just sell the guy, should have sold the team after you had. Yeah, like I said, they still have him, but you got to remember that he signed a 7-year extension, and the dude cannot stay fucking healthy, and that's the biggest problem with Strasburg is injury after injury after injury. It's like piling up like fucking domino, or it's like a Jenga tower. One little he comes back healthy, and it suffers an injury. That's pretty much where the Jenga tower falls down in terms, basically where I'm comparing it to. And the fact that like I said, the fact that the Nationals lost 5 players in the span of 4 years is embarrassing. The first, like I said, Harper left to free agent, which was the first to really start even though that really didn't hurt the Nationals, but it's still, or technically 6 players in the last 5 years, give or take. Because I mean, with Juan Soto already left, I completely forgot about that. But like I was saying, that not the Phillies, but the Nationals, or Bryce Harper in general, was the first person to leave the Nationals in free agency in 2017. Besides, it's especially in that 2018 free agency class, I should say, signs with Philadelphia for 13 years, which I was happy about that because, then you had Scherzer and Trey Turner gone to the Dodgers. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You could have moved on at that point, start your full roll rebuild. Because Strasburg, the dude, at this point, if I'm Strasburg, just hang it up, because the dude, you cannot stay healthy to save your damn life, and your career has just, I mean, I don't know. It's really embarrassing. It's a shame though. I mean, I think Strasburg is a great talent to have, but it's just the injury problem with Strasburg. I still think Strasburg is still a great pitcher when he's healthy, but like I said, the injury history is where that hurts Strasburg. No pun intended, and then if you look at the other players that left, you dealt Scherzer and Trey Turner at the trade deadline to the Dodgers. You got most of the prospects like Kyber Ruiz, Josiah Gray, just to name a few. Absolutely. So that's an even 500 record for Noah Syndergaard. And then you trade that. Then Anthony Rendon leaves in free agency, signs with the Angels, and he's another guy that can't stay healthy, and that's really biting the Angels in the ass. And then again, the Angels can't do shit around Trout and Ohtani. But before even Ohtani got there, they can't do anything for Trout. They're pretty much wasting their primes at this point. And then you had Soto being frustrated for a team that is no longer competing in the NL East. Turns down a contract extension if you looked at the face value, seems like a lot, right? Not really, but I've talked to some people who have done. Yeah, they try to lowball him, in terms of the amount of money per year with that 15 400 plus mil. But overall, the Mets, or not the Mets, but the Nationals just, at that point, for me, if I'm looking at this, just looking at, I mean, right now as a baseball fan, just sell the team. Like at this point, you're really kind of disgracing yourself to the point where like you already got a World Series championship. I mean, which was good for the Washington Nationals for a team that has, before becoming the Nationals, hasn't won anything. I mean, shit. Shit. There was some bad moments, but you really think about it, and the fact that you had, Ryan Zimmerman retiring, which at that point, yes, I know he was getting later in his career, but I will say too, as a Phillies fan, Ryan Zimmerman was a pain in the ass. I will say too, there's some certain players on certain teams that are just a pain in the ass against us. You had Freddie Freeman with with the Braves. You had Zimmerman with the Nats, and definitely Rendon too was also kind of a bit of a thorn in our side too. But that's all I'm saying. But other than that, so like I said, I mean the Padres do play tomorrow against the Guardians, who's been been hot and cold at times, depending on. Because I mean, they got Adam Cifali on the bump. You got Mike Clevenger. And, obviously, like I said, I'll be live tomorrow night as well. 7:05 first pitch. We got shit. I forget what to say now because my brain's all over the place. Oh, that's right. We got Suarez on the mound. Jesus Christ. Like I said, my brain's all been all over the place for the last what? Yeah. I think, I could agree. I can agree with that too. Now, we'll say this too. It's just like, you already got some guys are going to be free agents at the end of this year. One of them is Jacob deGrom. Now, that's going to be interesting to take a look at because I think he'd be good on any team. Don't get me wrong. Hey, it's good enough for us, Star Wars. That's for sure. But like I was saying, and I had a couple Mets fans in one of my streams. Pretty cool. They were pretty cool ones at that. We kind of talked. I had a bit of a discussion, especially in the comment sections in my last stream that I've done. Was that is not Syndergaard, but DeGrom walks. Number one, there's going to be one of two things that's going to happen. Number one, that's going to really put a dent in the rotation because you still had Chris Bassett, maybe Tyler McGill, maybe. Listen. Look, I'm not saying look, getting DeGrom. I know it sounds like a pipe dream, but I don't think it's real. It's not gonna. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be a reality, but it's something that's just really thinking about that. And the fact, but see, the thing is, like, I still feel like I think the Mets are going to try to find a way to, give DeGrom the bag. Now, the problem that I have with that is, if he could have stayed healthy for most of the year, I think he deserves a big extension. Don't get me wrong. The fact he's been there for a good chunk of time. I mean, the fact that, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. He can, but I still feel like because I think once Gibson is gone, I think you could definitely see Ranger could be a number 3 in the rotation because I think he's got some decent stuff to be number 3. Move and find a way to move on from Alfred the Duke. And that's another guy. Like I said, I'll talk about in my show tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern time for my 13th episode of the Phillies Talk podcast. Kind of really going over, what the expectations are going forward. And what changes should be made going to the offseason in case the Phillies flounder in the playoffs. Which something that most Phillies fans should take into account. As what this team has. I mean, the fact that this team has turned it around and still hung in there in the wild card race. That's an impressive feat in itself. Since having that manager change. But like I said, I mean, with that all out of the way, like I said, I'll be live tomorrow night, 7:05 first pitch for Game 2 of this series. Well, Nolan's not going to be a free agent. Well, Nolan's not going to be an unrestricted free agent till after 2024. Because remember, when he signed a 5-year deal, I think it was a 5-year rookie deal, which was back with no, actually, no. Wait a minute, no, because he made it to debut in 20. I don't think he even signed an extension. Now that I think about it, hang on. I feel like I'm missing something when it comes to because if Aaron, because I don't think Aaron Nola's contract is going to be up after this year. I still don't think that. Now I would be wrong if it was, but if you really, I mean, I would don't mind resigning Aaron Nola, but the problem, and this is where I'm going to, okay, it was a 4-year deal back in 2019. So he will be an unrestricted agent after 2024 by the time he's age 31. Oh, trust me, that's fun to watch it too. Absolutely appreciate it, Butterfly. But like I said, I'll be live tomorrow night, 7 to 5 first pitch. I'll probably go straight some more fall guys too, try to earn some more crowns and stuff like that. But with that being said, the Phillies get game 1 with a W over the Reds, even though the Reds are not that great. But I mean, this is a redemption game from, shit in the bed against the Mets in game 4 of the series. Now we got Ranger Suarez going for us against Nick Lodolo. But yeah, we're going to see how that turns out. But with that being said, I appreciate everybody tuning in. But if you guys are new, definitely smash the like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new, and definitely share out the content. Every little bit helps to grow the channel. And obviously, Sunday the 28th, I will go live for the WNBA action, which I've been doing a lot, recently with, the NBA season still a little bit far behind, like a month, like more than a month ahead or so. But yeah, but with that being said, everything. Absolutely, man. I appreciate it a lot. But like I said, with everything, the Phillies take game 1. The best part is try to take game 2 and try to go for a sweep, because even though they took 2 or 3 in Cincinnati, but would have been done them wonders. Now, I would still think, we still got to come out playing better. There's a lot of things the Phillies had to, tinker a little bit going into game 2, which I don't think there's going to be a lot, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, with that being said, the Phillies take game 1, and I'll keep rambling on. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. But with that being said, have a good night, guys.